Hi, this is Sean from WriteSean.com. Today's question is about negative SEO, and the question is Matt Cut says negative SEO attacks aren't a big deal, but some of my clients are really getting hit. Not just bad backlinks, but bogus Pinterest links too. Thoughts? All right, so this is a really interesting rabbit hole topic. First of all, just for people who don't know what negative SEO is, so in general, if you want to search engine optimize your site, SEO, you're going to do things to make sure that your site performs well in the search engine. So you're going to do things like make sure you just fill out your title tags properly. Make sure you don't have more than one web page URL that covers the exact same topic, right? So you wouldn't duplicate your title tag and you wouldn't duplicate the content on the page. You would want to make sure your site's really fast. You would try to make your site SSL secure. You'd make your site mobile friendly, hopefully just a responsive site. You would link your pages in a user friendly way. You'd write amazing content. You provide great tools and resources that other sites would naturally link to. You let your site age a little bit because if you expect a 1 week old site to do well in Google, it's probably a ridiculous thing to think. So you do all these things, and it's called SEO, and in the end, you'll end up getting more traffic from Google. You'll see your site show up in search engine results for various queries and phrases that you search for, etc. Also, you want one of the main drivers is you want other sites to link to your site. It's kind of like this third-party validation, and it goes, yep, that site knows what it's talking about. I endorse it. So every link is kind of like a vote to your site, and the more votes you get, usually the better you do in search engines. So, of course, throughout the years, people were doing bad SEO, which means they were trying to cheat. So sometimes a quick way to get a bunch of links to your site is to just buy links or to make like a link farm or submit your site to a million directories and try to game the system. So anytime you're trying to cheat or game the system, you're usually doing bad SEO. And Google tries really, really hard to make sure people can't get away with it, and you'll end up just hurting your site. So you don't do it. So what's negative SEO? Negative SEO is when someone does bad SEO to your site. A competitor does a bad SEO to your site. Makes sense, right? If you can actually detract the performance of a site in search engines, in a very competitive niche, wouldn't people be doing this? Apparently they do. So Matt Cutts, who used to be the head of Google, the Google Web Spam team, he did a video in 2012, I believe, addressing this. And he basically goes on to say, like, don't worry about it. If you're not in an uber competitive niche like online poker, you don't have to worry about this. Plus, our algorithms are smart enough to kind of know what's not when it's negative SEO, and so it's not an issue. Problem is, people since then are still seeing sites getting hit by negative SEO, and I don't think they're necessarily in uber competitive niches, but I'm not entirely sure. But apparently it seems like it's actually a problem. And since this video, I haven't really found anything where they talk about it officially since then, so things may have changed. Now, if you do go to the Google Webmasters channel on YouTube, they do discuss this from time to time. This is actually a very valuable resource. If you can, I would jump on this Hangout once in a while, and you'll actually be able to ask questions to a Google employee about your website. But it seems like it's still happening to people, and it's kind of a problem. So what do you do about it? Apparently, the only thing you can do is go to this link where you can disavow links. So you can, if you know which links are actually causing your site harm, which is probably not the easiest thing to do for everyone, you can actually tell Google, like, hey, don't count these links towards my SEO. Which kind of means you got to go spend money in SEO tools to really get a full picture of what's going on with your site, which kind of sucks for a lot of small businesses. You can use Google Search Console, which is free. It's a tool Google provides for webmasters. You can basically submit your site in terms of a sitemap.xml file, and it will go through all your links and tell you which ones might not be that great. I don't think they usually tell, unless it's really bad. I don't think they let you know. I've used Google Search Console and Webmaster Tools for years, and I've never come across any notice that said, like, oh, you have a bunch of spammy links, or your site has a penalty. I've never seen that because I'd never engaged in any bad practices. But I guess no one's ever done negative SEO towards me, so, or any of the sites I've worked on. But apparently, from what I remember, Google Search Console doesn't show you all the backlinks you get. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. And it's almost like they don't want to give you all the information, because maybe somehow that'd be too much. You'd have too much good information. I'm not really sure. But there are other tools out there. I'm sure Moz has a tool, and Ahrefs, and you can use Screaming Frog, and all these tools. You can kind of just dig up all your backlinks. Actually, I don't even know if Screaming Frog does it. I should know that. And then you can go, oh wow, look at all these. And then you can go look at the links and go, I don't want to link from that site. Ugh, that site's kind of, it looks like it's from, Sketchville on the internet. That's a bad neighborhood. And you could disavow those links. But as we talk about this further, you can see like that's a lot of work. I mean, if you're just trying to run a business, doing this type of work is just, oh my God, like who has time for this, right? So, I mean, when I look at this from like a small business perspective, small online business, when you're trying to do well in the search engines, you're doing everything you can, and now you got to go back and like clean up links that you didn't even get, you didn't even try to get. I think it's ridiculous. So I'm hoping at some point they solve this problem once and for all. People keep talking about it, and it seems to still be an issue. Like in this article, people are talking about, oh, I got negative SEO. It happened to me. And then a bunch of professional SEOs come on and talk about, actually well-respected SEOs, come on to talk about what to do about it and stuff, and kind of moan and gripe about it. And again, it probably doesn't happen to it's probably still kind of rare for it to happen, but I guess it's something to look out for. I asked the question, wouldn't it just be easier if Google gave spammy links no SEO value, right? Like anyone can build crappy links all day long to their heart's content, but it's not going to help you in the search engines. Additionally, if anyone builds low quality backlinks to your site to hurt you, it won't matter. I don't know if that's just too simplistic of thinking. Maybe their algorithms have evolved to a point where it's like, we can't really go back. I don't know. To me, it seems like that'd be the easiest thing to do, but maybe I just don't understand that. So I guess at the end of the day, you're going to have to use the disavow tool to get rid of that. You have to identify the bad links, and then you use a disavow tool. It also which kind of brings me to this other question, is like, well, can SEO firms just start hurting sites and go, hey, by the way, looks like you're not doing that too well. Maybe you want to hire us to fix your site. That sounds like we could be going there. Anyway, yeah, this is just a really ugly issue, and unfortunately, there's no great. It just means there's just more work for everyone. There's no great solution or wonderful answer to this question. Anyway, if you have any questions about this, or if you want to correct me on anything I said, please, by all means, drop a comment on this post or in the video. All right, thanks.